Today we're adding even more fish to the 700-gallon planted aquarium. But before we do that, I think we should do a lightning fast update on the 700-gallon in the first place. If you don't know, this tank is 8 feet long, it's 28 inches tall, 60 inches front to back, which is about 5 feet. There's a number of things that went wrong with this aquarium over the past few weeks. Now, you guys seen it a month ago and it looked tremendously different. Obviously now, just 1 month later, plants are looking different. It got a little darker, but they did expand and there are more in here. However, a couple of weeks back, I was programming the lights, just playing with the brightness and a few of like the advanced things that you can with the ADA app. If you don't know, these are the solar RGB2 lights from ADA, Aqua Design and Mono. And in doing so, I forgot to set my timer to the right time to come on and off at the right times. And what happened was I didn't notice for 2 weeks. I'll explain why. I'm not out here for 8 hours a day. Sometimes when I come out, the lights aren't on yet, and then they come on, or sometimes you get the idea. I was coming outside in the morning and the lights would be on. And then I'd come on out at night and the lights would still be on. I never really clued into it for a couple of weeks because there's so much going on out here, so many aquariums, and that's when I noticed the plants aren't growing and I'm getting a massive amount of algae on the surfaces as well as the substrate. I don't care if it grows on the glass. In fact, I think it looks better that way, especially if it's not glass that I need to look through. Once I noticed that, I programmed the lights back to only coming on for 8 hours a day, and things equalized again, and the plants began to grow, and it's recovered tremendously over the last couple of weeks. Second thing that's gone wrong with this aquarium that I've noticed over time is it's what you're looking at right now. I know that it looks incredibly lush, but you can only see from right here, the front glass, to kind of where the angelfish is and where the logs are and whatnot. That's only 2 feet away. This tank is 5 feet front to back. So what I do find is half the fish spend their time in the front, the other half in the back, and they rotate. It's kind of cool because every time you look at it, it's not the same fish, it's not the same grouping, they're not all swimming the same. It's really fun. However, I think it'd be a lot cooler, especially given the stocking, if maybe I pushed that wood back even further on both sides, just to force the fish to come out more. The downside is this tank is so darn deep. In order to do that, I'd probably have to get in it. So let me know what you guys think there. The illusion that this tank has is absolutely incredible in terms of depth. If you don't know what fish are in here, we have 12 Ultim angelfish. We've got 30 varieties of Discus that we got from Iconic Aquatics, 250 blackline tetras that we got from Kowloon Fish Store, Simon in Toronto. We've got 18 African glass cats that we also got from Iconic. What else we got in here? 30 discs. Oh, we've got around 10 Siamese algae eaters. I don't know how many's in there. I know 7 really big ones, then I added a bunch more. At least 20 autocinkless, and maybe around 3 really old pearl gourami. They've been kind of dropping off every couple of months lately. We started with 5, and I've had them forever, and I just tossed them in, and now I think we're down to 3. Honestly, I don't know how many of each fish is in here. However, usually a fish that passes away will float. Sometimes they'll sink and be eaten by everything else. But if you look in the tank, there's just no way to tell what's in here and what's not. They have so many places to hide, so many places to go. It's an incredibly natural environment, but I think you guys might agree the fish are going to take more time to grow. But let's add in some more. And the 2 types of fish, we're adding in 2 species today, I think will go absolutely phenomenally well in here, and we'll add a little bit something extra to the bottom of the tank. One of the things that I have noticed, especially with the Discus, angelfish are doing incredible, but not all the Discus are doing incredible. I don't think that you should raise discus in a planted environment like this for a number of reasons. First and foremost, it's hard to target feed them. It's hard to do the water changes. Bare bottom is typically what you want to do. Most people will start off with really big discus, toss them in a planted tank, and then we're like, ooh, ah. But in this environment, to keep absolutely everyone in pristine condition is incredibly difficult. It's such a big tank that not all of them taste the food when I'm adding it. I do have to overfeed a lot just to make sure everybody gets some. I do find myself putting food over in the wave maker just so it blows into the back as well. But you might notice the odd one that's a little skinnier than the others, but overall everybody's healthy. With that said, I do regret adding in those stem plants. I think I'm going to rip them all out just so we can see the background a little bit more and get a little bit more idea of the rest of the tank, because it's clearly taking over everything. Feeding them, I feed them a number of things from frozen foods like my do-it-yourself beef heart recipe. I've shown you guys how to do that a number of times. That's a good one to feed because I start feeding them chunks of it frozen and they'll pick at it, but eventually it sinks and then they can pick at it as they like, and I'll put chunks in throughout the whole aquarium, and it seems to me as though everybody's getting enough. You'll also notice that the discus are quite friendly. I hope long term we end up with probably 6 Ultim Angels. Hopefully, I know this is morbid, but hopefully a few of them pass away, because 12 Ultim Angels, even though this is 700, these guys get massive in size, and when breeding begins, I don't want too much aggression. Same with the discus. 30 discus sound really good until you have 30 adult discus in a tank where you want it to be a beautiful community and planted and whatnot. It might be just a little bit too much. We'll see what happens long term. Whatever we don't want in here. We got a 2000 that I'm preparing, and so long as everything that goes into the 2000 is much, much smaller than the Asian arowana, he leaves them alone. But he's turned on the Oscars lately, and he doesn't like them anymore. He's cool with the geophagus, so anything 8 inches and smaller, he thinks is perfect. Anything bigger, he views it as a threat. And since I've done discus and Asian arowana in the past, I see no reason why we couldn't do it again. This tank is absolutely beautiful. It's just so perfect. I really wish the lights didn't cause me an issue. I really wish I also didn't add in that stem plant, but I wanted a bright green coloration. I think one of the things I might do is just take it all and add it to the sides so it kind of grows up like this, and leave the rest of it wide open, because you can't even see the massive swords in the back there. And I didn't plant it over here. It's taking over the entire tank. If it wants to, once it gets like really tall like that, it'll lay itself down, sends out these roots and runners, and starts growing along the sides. But these are things you don't get to see with plants usually, because we don't really get to document them in 28-inch tall tanks that are 700 gallons. This tank is an incredible accomplishment by everybody involved, from Aquascape Room Canada that got me the plants, ADA Canada that got the lights, Aqua Decor, Kowloon Fish Store, Iconic Aquatics. Everybody that kind of helped contribute to this, you know, really made this possible. But it was only me that put it all together all by myself. So thanks for the cool stuff, guys, and you know, providing me with it. But yeah, I guess without them it wouldn't have happened. Super cool. But we have 12 Ultim Angels. I only see 5 here. I can see the fins of another one back there. Discus, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 of 30. But I go over there and I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, another one back there. They hide amongst the plants. This is an incredibly beautiful and natural aquarium for all of these fish. But like I said, and I think you'll agree, there's nothing moving around on the ground. And I don't need a massive amount of action. I know we're thinking Corridora, and I want to get them. I just don't have them right yet. But I'm thinking something else, and I do have some. And we should add them in. I don't think we're going to, I think once we add them, we'll never see them again, though. Do you guys want to go see what we're doing? Well, technically, we already have them. We're slowly moving everything out of the house to the aquarium gallery so we can completely gut the basement for pre-disclosed reasons. This is the next aquarium to go. I need the tank, but I mostly need the fish. How many fish are in there? I don't know. I'm pretty sure what's in there, but we never see them. We also have to move these 180s. I gotta move this 40 breeder. I gotta move this 70 gallon over here. And I gotta move all of, well, that's missing one, but I gotta move all of these as well, including Tyrese to his new aquarium, which he's incredibly excited about, and Denzel, my little miniature stingray that doesn't seem to ever grow. You guys are going to be shocked when you find out where he's going. Where do you think he's going? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, well, the fish that are going into the 700-gallon aquarium exist in this 32-inch by 16-inch front to back by 6. Look at how many snails. You don't have substrate. You just have snails. That's a substrate of snails. So we've got a pair of electric blue acara. And I thought about adding them to the 700 as well. However, I think it's a bad idea, and I think you guys would agree with me that that's just not going to go over well. Smaller acara can do well in communities. However, when you get into the larger ones that are 4 to 6 inches, and of course they're a breeding pair, you're asking for chaos. Mind you, I have, as you saw, absolutely stunning. Hopefully there's nothing attached to this.
Plecos, I think, would be the only thing.
Don't. Oh my lord. Did you see that? Did you capture that?
I think so.
So now they know one of them. Well, this is why I was doing what I was doing. But when you have a larger pair of proven electric blue acaras, they're relatively aggressive. So here's something I do with these backgrounds that I've learned the hard way. Go to a very clean and very dry spot on your floor. And you have to smash it. Because there's plecos that we're moving to this aquarium. You guys wanted plecos and you wanted loaches. You're getting both.
The plecos breed too.
Well, it's a breeding pair.
The breeding pair of acara actually haven't bred since they've been in this room. They haven't bred since November. So for almost a year.
Once I remove... Oh my lord. Look how... Oh, look, it's Coolie Loach. We have Coolie Loaches coming. And I'm really excited. No, nothing in the main aquarium is big enough to eat them. Oh.
They're quite chunky.
This snapped off. So this piece of Anubias, you would probably expect to pay $12.99, $8.99, depending on the country you're in. But it has a rhizome. So this is the rhizome. And it could be attached to wood, rock. It can grow in the substrate. Look at this roots. But that just snapped off. This would be considered the mother. And everything else, like this snapped off from over here. So that's a whole new plant. This is the thing I love about them. Watch this. Boom. Instead of one plant, well, I'll snap it a little bit more later, but now I have 3 plants. I love, love, love this plant for a number of reasons. 1, I can't kill it. 2, it requires very little. And finally, 3, even if you try to kill it, it's going to live forever. Oh, by accident, now I have 4. Look at this little baby one. Now watch this. Come over to T-Money, Tyrese. Do you see the difference in the leaves? So this one here is a new leaf, right? These are older leaves. This is a new leaf. This is a great sign. You can see another new leaf here. But they also have nano versions. So this would be Anubias Nana or Anubias Nano. But Anubias also comes in massive, massive sizes. When I lift this piece of wood, I'm not so sure what's going to happen. I know...
There's a pleco in it.
Well... Oh, look at all your Coolie Loaches. Oh my lord, they're big. 700, can't wait. Where did you see the pleco?
He lives in that log.
Where?
So, somewhere right there in that hole.
So this, oh, I see him. See him right there? So how will I get him out?
There's actually 2 in there, I think.
There's only one way to do it, and you're not going to like it. And the fans aren't going to like it. Oh, that was mean, Joey. Well, you tell me how I'm supposed to get them out. Break off a piece of stick. Where'd he go?
There's 2 in there, I think.
I think they swam off.
One, I can see one is still in there on the...
Where?
On the bottom here.
On the bottom there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, we'll just take a piece of stick and let them go. Oh, it's a male.
Yeah.
So the males have the mustaches. Oh!
There he goes. There go 2.
So let me see what came out. That's the boy with the mustache. And that's the girl that...
Does not have a mustache.
It doesn't have a mustache.
Look at his awesome mustache.
They're quite large, too.
Yeah, they breed.
So, we'll come back over here. And same idea. It's quite cruel. But if you don't do this, again, I've learned the hard way. You can have dead fish, or you can give your wood a really good shake. Like, give it a good tug. If you have to, like, stroke it like that. Whatever you got to do to make what you need to come out happen, do it.
That just got super duper weird.
Well, we all make choices, and one of yours was to marry me. Oh, this type of stuff excites me. Look what we have. A little bit of cryptic corn.
Technically, this
Look at this. Watch this.
You set up when it was still in the gallery the first time.
Look at that. We don't talk about first time, second time, anything like that.
The cool loaches don't know what to do with themselves. They're so upset.
Wait till they go to the 700. It's going to be like Disney World. Watch this. Look. Watch what I'm doing right now. Watch what I'm tugging up. Look at the world of roots that those tiny little plants had.
See, that's what happened when you leave your aquarium set up for a long time.
Do you know where they're going? Guess where they're going. And I can't wait. And I feel so bad for stealing all your stuff. But, Tyrese, come look at the plants I got you. Come look. He won't look. Come here.
That's not shrimp.
This is cryptocorin. They've been alive in that tank for like a year.
Longer than a year.
And this is how big they've been. They just don't die. My water has a pH of 7.6 to 7.8, depending on the time of the year. And the water's hard enough to literally stand on. Do you know the saddest part about these roots? Gotta take them off. Because this is what we can plant. Oh my. Free plants. This is like $50 worth of plants. Are you ever impressed with the amount of money of plants that I have? Even though I started with very little, now I have a lot and it's worth a lot of money. Am I not a plant dealer?
Do you have a lot because of you, or do you have a lot because of me?
And walk off.
Crunchy snails.
That's exactly what they are. Okay, so I have 2 options. I don't see a net nearby. So
I can get you one. Is there water in the bucket? No?
No, I'm going to put... the electric blues can't come. I'm going to have to drain the water a bit because they're freaking out.
I have a lot on that. I have a lot on that.
We have to drain water to the
you
bathroom.
Want this one?
We have to drain water to the... Well, I think what I could do is see if I can't get some water from this tank into the bucket with Tamara's Timu a water thing that I've used like twice now, and I love it. I don't have to suck on it anymore. Man, you literally have a male and female pair of albino bushy nose plecos. They're really good at eating algae, but... Oh, I think you have 2 females.
Mm-hmm.
How come he gets 2?
Because of his impressive mustache.
If I grow a mustache?
No.
Guys, in the comment section below, should I grow a mustache, yes or no?
No.
I'm not even into that weird world that you want.
I'm not, that's not what I want.
Look how dirty her water is, guys. It looks like pee.
It's tannins.
Well, it's a little bit of tannins. Okay, I'm going to try to grab as many as I can with my hand.
Of what?
The plecos. I'm too kind and I'm too grossed out by fish, so I don't know if I can get them. Oh, and then
How does mustache feel?
It's not his mustache. It's his pectoral fins,
Oh,
like the things that go out to the sides.
They stab.
Yeah, they have like really hard spines on them, where they can actually stab you. At least they're not venomous or poisonous. Otherwise, I would have made a video about it.
Yeah, some of their babies are in here.
Yeah, we'll get them too at some point. This is a girl. She might stab me. Oh, the girls are feisty. Oh.
Yeah, she's like, good luck.
So the girls don't have a mustache. That's funny. As soon as you like take one of these guys out of the water, see how his pectoral fins spread? You probably can't see because there's no light.
Yeah, it's not
But,
great lighting.
The beautiful part about albino bushy-nosed plecos is you can see them in your aquarium because they don't have a soul. However, they don't actually get that big. These guys aren't adults, but they are breeding size. Come here, baby. Holding fish is so gross. Do you know the grossest fish you could possibly ever hold? Let's see how her pectoral fin spread. It didn't.
No.
Cichlids are worse. Is this plugged in?
No, I don't. I would hope not.
It's gonna burn down the house. I've already taken it out. Luckily, I took it out of the water before I ensured that it was unplugged. Do you know why cichlids are worse than plecos?
No.
Plecos you can like grab by their snout, hold them and display them, that sort of thing. Cichlids are worse because they're dorsal spines. Where's your net? Okay. They have to go in the 180 for now until I figure out what I'm going to do with them. I'm just not so sure that... Man, he's a fatty.
Can they go in at 15? Like, I could put them in with one of my shrimp tanks.
Do you know the one with the two big sticks in it? What's in there?
Yellow and orange shrimp and a lot of babies.
Oh.
But it's fine because they're like mixed.
If I put them in here, they're going to get lost. And they'll get mixed in with the other acara and other cichlids and stuff. So what I could do...
I don't care if they go with the babies. The shrimp will just keep breeding.
Okay. Let's run this outside. You run it. Put your hand above it and put them in that tank. This is the only way they get saved. Otherwise, we have to rehome them. I just don't have the tank space.
I want to see if they'll breed again.
Every aquarium is like planned out. And my biggest problem is like pretending to the internet that I don't know
I need help.
what's coming next, or everything's just like spur of the moment. It's not. Do you see what it's like to be me? But it's not electrocuting you. In this one. Careful. Oh, there's like, are these culls or something? Or
Shrimp colors don't do what you think they're going to do.
I'm going to have to put a filter in this. Look how fat he is.
Maybe they'll eat the shrimp, but
They're going to eat the shrimp. Not
the
maybe.
full-size ones,
They're going to eat them.
I don't think it's that big of a deal because I think
They'll be a lot prettier
I
out
have
here.
I have a lot of yellows anyway, and then I don't
Okay,
have
that made me feel a lot better. You have 4 shrimp tanks over here with some really high-end shrimp, and this one was kind of like
an
your...
experiment.
Yeah, well, look at them. But this, I'm going to have to put a sponge filter or something on it. I'll have to build it. It's fine. But they're definitely going to clean that tank of shrimp.
In one night, do you think? Look, there's a bunch of pregnant
within
ones.
a couple of days, yeah.
Maybe I should take the yellow pregnant ones out and put them in now because they're already breeding with others. I don't want to
I'll get you more shrimp. How's that? We saved the fish, and that's what's most important. Shrimp lives don't matter, regardless of what t-shirt you put on.
I just don't care about those ones as much. I'm willing to sacrifice those ones compared to the separated ones.
Only my tanks matter. Okay, the coolie loaches.
Have fun catching them.
Well, the good thing about these fish is technically they've already been quarantined. Get back in there.
That was...
Look at how cool they are. And that's a full-grown monster.
Yeah, and some of their patterning is like differently spaced.
Well, you should see yo-yo loaches. Do you know why they're called yo-yos?
I've seen them at the store. And it's because the side of them
I might have to
yo-yo.
drain the tank a little bit to get them.
Already way more successful than I was.
I'm not a huge fan of having that floating, what's it called? Stuff.
Duckweed.
Duckweed in there.
I'm never going to get rid of it.
Well, I will, because I'll end up being able to kill it. I'm really good at killing plants. Look at how many there is. Jeepers creepers. Way more than we thought.
I knew there were a lot.
Does anybody know what they eat? I bet you nobody knows. Do you know why? These are a fish that you add to your aquarium, you pay big money, and you literally never see them again.
They'll come out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
They'll come out and eat shrimp.
Shrimp like what? Frozen shrimp?
Yeah, they also like these kelp wafers.
5. Everybody likes Northfin.
I need to move this bucket so I can film at a better angle.
I've got 5 in there.
Yeah, and there's a lot left.
You have like 20 of them or something.
They're really fast.
Why don't they want to go in the net? They're not even that fast, they're just squiggly. Get in the net!
I had the worst time trying to catch them just out of the 15 that was empty.
6?
I guess they were a lot smaller.
Look at how beautiful the albino bushy-nosed plecos are. I should start a big old breeding project where I breed all these glorious fish and then I just ruin it by selling them and upsetting myself.
Look at him with his cute little whiskers.
Is there anything in here? I need to drain this. They have to... I need to narrow down how far they can swim away.
I'm getting a little bit of B-roll of them because we may never see them again once they go in the 700.
So we ended up catching 14 coolie loaches. I don't remember how many we started with, but there's 14 now. And there's a male albino bushy-nosed pleco with 2 females. And a ton of cryptocorin. I'm going to have to dump this in because I don't even know how to add coolie loaches to an aquarium because they're just like little wiggly worms. But if I pour them in, I'm going to end up pouring in the snails and the duckweed and all that other stuff. Let's start by floating this in Tyrese's tank. I'll plant it tomorrow. Oh, and another little one. Look at these guys. Male, couple females, and then a pile of coolie loaches. And they all get to go into a 700-gallon haven. No predators. Nobody's gonna attack them. Nothing in here can eat them. This should be interesting to see what happens. Okay. So let's do it. Here we go. I think I got everybody. Nope, everybody except for the plecos, look. Guys, the snails can't come. I might have to like, out you go. Go on, find each other. Go on. So we got a female here. Oh, she looks pregnant with eggs. And the males, they're going to love it in here. As for the coolie loaches, we'll never see them again. Maybe every once in a while, but incredibly unlikely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've done the 2 fish that you guys most demanded. Plecos of some sort. And albino bushy-nosed plecos are a really good addition to this tank. Especially a male and 2 females. They're definitely going to lay eggs. And in no time, we'll have an army. The coolie loaches, I don't think we'll ever see them again. Hopefully at some point we'll see them crawling across and squiggling across the substrate, but I think, in my opinion, we definitely need something else to this aquarium. And if you know what it is, let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to find out what that's going to be, not only comment, but make sure you like the video and subscribe, or obviously, you're going to miss it. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say was, I calculated how much this whole thing cost me, and it's sickening. And if you want to see that video where I break down how everything works and what the cost of everything was, plus the ongoing cost month to month, let me know in the comment section below. But if I make that video, I might not make any more videos, because this is my most expensive aquarium of all time. And I don't want to pay for it anymore. But we're not going to shut it down. It's too expensive.